Hello, this is the Indie Pod class. We're here to guide independent artists as they travel through the industry so they can make better decisions and avoid many mistakes. Welcome. Hey yo artists, hey yo music fans, hey yo everyone. It's Odd again, and we're back to finish what we started on Royalties. In the last episode, we talked a little about royalties, and in this episode, we'll be adding a little to the little we talked about last time and hope it's big enough to answer many of your questions. We did a very deep, detailed analysis of how streaming services share royalties. If you want to listen to it, go back to the previous episode. Before I add a little to the little of last week, I got a big announcement. We are no longer known as oddFelix in the pool of artists. We are now known as the Indie Pod class. We thought it made some sense to make a little change to the name to suit what we do over here, and we hope you love the new name. How many times have I said little so far? So back to royalties. Let's start by answering some questions about it. Our first question for today is, which music service pays the highest amount of royalties per stream? In the last episode, we talked about a couple of things that affect how much you make in royalties. We talked about the number of subscribers, the number of streams generally on the platform, and how many people gave you the streams you have as things that affect how much you earn in royalties. The idea of amount per stream doesn't really work when royalties with streaming is concerned. If not, artists will just ask fans to put their songs on repeat all the time and make these services bankrupt. So kill the idea of amount per stream. It doesn't work. No store necessarily pays the highest amount of royalties per stream. It's all a result of how much they make, how much they are giving to artists, and how the factors that control the sharing of the royalties play out. You get it? Next question. How can I increase my royalties? You can increase your royalties by promoting your songs, and if you're in a country like Nigeria, where many people are still not streaming, by encouraging your fans to get music through the right channels. I've been doing that for so long now that my friends use to throw shit at me, but it's fine. I look at all the people I've converted to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and even Tidal, and I wonder how much I would have made if these guys were giving me cash gifts for referrals. Who knows? I might have bought a jet. Keep pitching to playlists, keep trying to get your songs on radio, keep talking about your songs everywhere you go, and encourage your fans to add you to playlists they listen to often. Hopefully it spreads from there. The more your audience and streams, the more your royalties will be. The only way to increase your royalties is by promoting your music. So keep pushing it. In the next episode, I plan to tell you about some promotion efforts you should be careful not to spend money on. Listen to it when it's out, and I'm sure you'll be glad you did. As a takeaway gift, I should add that on a random day, the amount of money you will get from just one stream is quite a small amount of money. It can be so tiny that you will need binoculars to see it, so prepare for that. I'm adding this here because I ran into one artist that was telling me he heard a certain store was giving out some huge amount of money for every 1,000 streams. And I was like, who's teaching you all these things? In some months, you can get 1,000 streams and won't even get $1 in royalties. It's a wild world out there, fam. Prepare for it. The competition is huge. Prepare for it. Royalties might not buy your breakfast for the next 1 year, and that's normal. So don't put your life's plan on it yet. Royalties are not even the only way you can make money as an artist. Try selling merch, try hosting live events. While waiting for your royalties to get to an amount you can withdraw, explore the other ways an artist can make money. Expect me to do an episode on that too in the future. So I'll stop here. I hope you know enough about royalties now to teach a Harvard class on it. I'm always a DM away if you have more questions about royalties or anything, and I'm always glad to answer your questions. Instagram and Twitter me at the oddFelix and we'll get those questions answered. Now I want to bounce, but before I do, I would like to tell you about a podcast, Fridays with Itote. if you want to make smarter life choices, escape making a lot of mistakes people make, grow up as a person and live your best life, then you should check out this podcast. Every Friday, Itote Ifedayo, the host of this podcast, who is also a lawyer and lover of life, will help you uncover uncommon yet proven strategies to get the very best out of life. You can find them wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember the name, Fridays with Itote. This is where I say my goodbyes and see you on the next episode. Remember to share this with someone who might need it or someone you think needs to hear it. I hope the rest of your day is as beautiful as my fine face. And if you're about to go to bed, I wish you a good night and sweet dreams. My name is Odd, and I love you. Bye.
Hi. You just listened to an episode of the Indie Pod class with oddFelix. I hope you enjoyed listening and learnt something new. Bye.